been a busy old week, and I thought I'd do a live. See if we get anyone in tonight. Probably not. It's impromptu, and you're not used to seeing me this early on a Friday. Let's get some Cure Pro ready. That's the B, that's the B. Is there going to be 4 ounces? We'll find out. Anybody in on this Friday? Oh, we've got somebody in. Sorry, who was that? I missed you in chat then. Sorry, I was just getting some resin. Hi, everyone. Hi, Cordy. Hi, Angelina. Hi, Yippee Hippie Resin Journey. I hope you're doing well. And I've just got back from work. It's been a bit of a stressful week, to be honest. So I thought, do you know what? I want to have a coffee. Cheers, everyone. And I'm going to be doing a couple of lives, I think, tonight. So it's going to be an interesting one. The first one, I'm going to play around with some Petri and some Cure Pro because I love Petri. It just makes me smile. So that's what we're going to do. You've probably got a slightly better picture as well because I'm using my normal phone. So you've probably, rather than my recording phone, you've got the proper phone now. So look at this. You can see me in full detail. Hope you're doing all right. What's everyone been up to this Friday? I've been at work mainly, and I've been printing out constantly so that I'm ready for a launch, although they're already live. Hi, Rosemary, of this Frog Eyes box. So I've been printing a few of these out because I think when I officially launch it, which I haven't really done, I've given you guys a sneak peek, which has already led to a few orders of this really cool Frog Eyes box that I've made, which is available on the website, CCUK RESIN.com. Oh, amazing, Michelle. I didn't know there was one at the NEC today. So I've already sold a few of these just by that snapshot. So I'm printing more out, ready for when I do an advert and send that out. Hi, Maria. Hope you're doing well. But it's Friday. I've just finished work. And I thought, you know what, let's do a live. Let's do something fun. Forget the week that way and just have some fun with some resin. So I'm going to be using the Cure Pro for this from Apex. And if you want any of that, you know what to do. Go to apexresin.co.uk and use my discount code CCUK. Now, I love Cure Pro. It's just so shiny. Now, these, I'm going to try and speed up the Petri process by doing it in the G3 curing machine. So normally with Petri, once you've poured and put your inks down and your white sinker, you need to wait for around about an hour before you do that stir. I'm going to try it with 20 minutes with it being in the Cure Pro and see if that works. Why not? Hi, Morgana. I hope you're doing well. And don't worry, I am going to get gloved up before I get anybody shouting at me, you know. Hi, Caroline. I hope you're doing well on this beautiful, well, I say beautiful. We've had a little bit of sun in the UK. So it's better than we've had recently. So I'm going to get gloved up just to mix up some of this resin. And if you don't know, this is quite a thick resin because this is meant to be for doming and top coating, this Cure Pro. But normally with a thick resin, you can't put it through a debubbler. But with the Cure Pro, I've found you can, and it debubbles beautifully. So the reason I'm making these Petri pendants as well is I'm going to be doing another auction on the 27th, which is in 2 weeks' time. And I want to have some beautiful Petri pendants available for that auction so that people, if you want them, you can buy them. It's as simple as that. So I'm just going to do, I think for this first lot, 4 ounces, I think should be enough. It's probably going to be a little bit much, but we'll see. As always, I'm going to have a, a drip mold by the side of me anyway. So I want to get 2 ounces in here of the hardener first. Look at that, fits perfectly. Just leave it to rest. We've got 21 in as well, so happy Friday, everyone. And I'm not doing a frog today. Although if you missed it, we did make this really cool frog the other day. Look at him. Oh, he's got a bit of sticker on. Look at him. Beautiful. So there we go. So we're going to be hopefully there's going to be just enough in this bottle. If not, I've got another one by the side, so nothing to panic about at this point. I think we're just under the 2. Or are we there? Let's have a look. I think we're about there. So that is 2 ounces. This is an unexpected live, and it's just because I got home from work. I don't want to cook my tea yet. I've still got a little bit of energy, which surprises me. So I thought, let's do a live, you know. Let's do some Petri. I love Petri, and it will help me forget any stresses of the week. You know, with resin art, that is the beauty of it, you know. You just focus on the resin. Nothing else matters but the resin when you're doing a project. Right, let's get 2 ounces of the part B in. And it is really thick stuff, this, guys. So here we go. Bloop. So this should take us up to 4 ounces, which should be pretty much enough to fill this tray, believe it or not. Here we go. Really thick and gloopy resin. Hi, Frosty. Hi, Night Owl. I hope you're having a good Friday. Woo! I know I am. And I'm child-free this weekend, so it means I get to do lots of resin projects. Unfortunately, I didn't find a date for this weekend, which I like to try and do on a child-free weekend, but hey-ho, I didn't get any matches. I think you call it on these apps nowadays. So, no, just me and my resin this weekend. And obviously the resin community, which is amazing. And I don't need to wait for you to match with me. You're always here. So, let's do a fun project. Almost there, almost at the 4 ounce. I want to get every drop of resin out of the bottle, so I'm not going to waste any. Never waste resin, guys. It's too valuable and it's too beautiful. So there we go. We got our 4 ounces in there. And it is going to get a bit more fun as we go along and start dropping these inks, I think. So don't worry. It's not just going to be me mixing a little bit of resin. And I think 4 ounces will pretty much fill most of these. And I love this mould. A date with resin is much better. It is, but it's not quite the same, if you know what I mean. Sometimes it's just nice to have human adult company, you know, when you have a child-free weekend. But I don't know if anybody's the same as me and you're single in your early 40s. It's so strange nowadays. You can't just walk into a bar and buy somebody a drink and get talking to them. It's all got to be pre-arranged via an app, which I find really, really strange. Swipe left, swipe right, and all of that. But it's the way of the modern world, you know. But I'm happy that I'm here with you guys, and we're going to make some beautiful resin, hopefully. Now, these don't always work out, but on a live, touch wood, so far, we seem to be having quite a good success rate. So let's hope that continues. Here we go. So it's mixed around. Look at all those bubbles in there. Very bubbly at this point. I get it, Maria. Trust me. Although you're in the UK, we'll have to meet up for a coffee. Oh, dear. Right, here we go. Beautiful resin. It is. It's very strange nowadays, Michelle. And I used to be the one that used to go out, make an absolute idiot of myself on the dance floor, which I still like to do. But apparently that's not the done thing anymore. People, A, forget to talk. Hi, GA Granny. I hope you're doing well. Or Terry, should I say. Right. Let's get this in the debubbler. Look at how bubbly that is. Bubble, bubble. You know. Look at those bubbles. I'm not making this up, guys. That is really, really bubbly. But I'm not worried. So I'm just going to put this in my bubble machine, debubbler. And then that's going to get rid of all of those bubbles, hopefully. Then we can just fill this up. Then we can have fun just dropping some resin. Dropping some inks even. Resin? Right, that's in there. That means I can have another sip of coffee. Yeah, I hope you're all doing brilliant. You know, it's Friday. Weekend's here finally after a long week at work. And don't forget, guys, before I do the advert, which I am going to be doing very soon, this weekend there will be an advert going out with my Frog Eyes box. So if you want to beat the rush and get yourself one, get over to CCUKResin.com and get one of these beautiful Frog Eyes organizer boxes. Beautiful. And I'm glad to say, I've already sold a few of these, so people are liking them. Look at me. There we go. But I am going to be creating an advert and actually launching it this weekend. So I've got more of those printing out so that hopefully they can be ready to be shipped straight away, you know. I've got 29 in chat. Look at that, early on a Friday. So I've also got a solution planned for this mess. Does anybody else find that with alcohol inks? You just chuck them back in the... Can we advertise your boxes on our YouTube channel? Of course you can, Maria. Feel free. All you need to do, go to the website, CCUKResin.com, and then there's an option there. I just normally select, once I've clicked onto it, I'll just select in the search bar and then paste it. But yeah, I've got an idea for another organizer for these. Because I think everybody, yes, I will ship to the US. £5 flat rate shipping for one of them. Dead straightforward. But yeah, I've got a solution coming up for these as well. Because I hate when you use your alcohol inks for a while, your box gets like that. I don't like it. So I've thought of a solution, which I'm going to be designing hopefully this weekend, and coming up with a solution for these as well. Here we go. We've got 26 in. Hello, everyone. But yeah, so far I've had a few sales though, just from giving a sneak peek, which is great. And as I say, when that advert goes live, I'm trying to get prepared. So I've got sort of 10 of them printed off, but they take 6 hours to print because of the quality that I've gone for. So they take a little while. So I've been doing them all week, so that I've got a few ready. Here we go. And that is just debubbling away. Do you want to have a sneak peek? Let's see if I can do this without switching it off. There's the debubbler, guys. There's the resin. Debubbling. Bubble, bubble, go away. Don't come back another day. There we go. So, sorry, I've started going a bit mad on these lives, I think. Remember the last live? They're listed at $24.99, Frosty. Which is not a lot considering the 6 hours printing time and the cost of the filament. It doesn't really include the designing time, but hey ho. I just think they're a genius little way to organise your Frog Eyes. And this space, I've got a bigger space now, which is amazing. But it's still difficult for me at the minute to keep it organised. So I'm coming up with lots of different solutions in my head about how I can keep them... Yeah, it was unhinged. About how I can keep stuff organised to try and train myself to stay neat and tidy. Yeah, I've seen the IKEA SCARDIS boards. I've seen other board designs as well, and I've got an idea. But my problem is here. I rent. Unfortunately, not got the deposit yet to buy. It'll get there. But I rent, and my landlord's a bit funny about me putting holes in the wall. So those pin boards or SCARDIS boards or multi-boards that you can do won't quite work, but I think I've thought of a solution. So that'll be coming up in the future. And that's the beauty of it for me. That's why I got the 3D printer, is if you can think it and you can design it, you can create it, which is amazing, you know. The only problem is I've been getting less and less sleep because not only have I got all these resin ideas going through my head, I've now got 3D printing ideas going through my head as well. So it's twice the ideas. That's not a bad idea, actually, Michelle. And I was thinking of doing something similar. But you all know how I love wood. I'm thinking about incorporating some wood into it and having stands on my desk with that wall that will just slot in. We'll see if it'll work. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a couple of lives tonight. So We're going to do this one. Then we're going to come back. I have been wiping my wood properly, Frosty. Hi, Sandy. But yeah, we're going to do this one. Then whilst this one fully cures, we're going to be doing a few other projects. One of them is going to be a big dragon, because everybody loves a good dragon. And I want to have at least a big dragon and a baby dragon ready for that auction on the 27th. So that's going to be something that we'll do later on. But first of all, I just wanted to do some Petri. Petri is one of those things, when you watch the colours dance, it just makes you smile, you know? And I absolutely love it. And it won't work every time. Most of the time it will, if you get it right. So, touch wood. I've not tried this method before, which is hopefully going to cut down that waiting time to do the stir. So normally you've got to wait at least an hour before you do your stir. But I want to try putting it through the curing machine. And by doing that, seeing if I can cure it up slightly, maybe 15-20 minutes, then come back and do the stir. And I do clean my moulds, guys. I've already done this with tape. I'm just going over it now with a wipe, just to show you guys. I'm not completely disorganized. But yeah, I love Petri. And again, I'm doing it with quite a thick resin in this one. So I'm using the Cure Pro. So I'm probably going to use, I'm weighing up whether to use my 50% sinker or my 100% sinker. And I'm thinking my 50, which is this one. Because I like it when you get a nice fine feather. And what you've got to remember, if you mix your own, look at all that clumping on the bottom. You need to continuously shake for about 5 minutes. There they go. You can probably hear those ball bearings now I've got in there. Look at this. Shake it up. Shake it up. Ooh, ooh. There we go for all you Taylor Swift fans. I think it was Taylor Swift anyway. But there we go. Let's just keep shaking this for a few minutes. And then you should notice, look, the bottom clears. That's when you know it's finely mixed. But it probably takes a good few minutes of shaking. I'm going to have wrist ache here. From too much shaking. Yeah, this one's 50% CD per sinker from Let's Resin and 50% alcohol. So with my Petri, I've got some that are 100%, which I find a little bit heavy and it creates blobs, which is just 100% CD per. I've got this 50%, which I tend to use with a thicker resin. And then I've got 25%, which I'll probably use with a slightly runnier resin. And for me, that gives you a nice feathered effect without the blobs. Like putting BBs in my nail polish. Hi Amy, I hope you're doing well. I'll try not to. Right, I think the resin's about there. It's not been the full 10 minutes. I normally put this resin on 10 minutes. Again, full transparency. Because it's so thick, this Cure Pro, normally you can't put a thick resin in a debubbler because you just get loads of little micro bubbles. But with this one, it works. How is everybody this Friday? Who's excited for Petri? And this is going to be the most fun part, actually. Because as soon as I poured this resin, there's no waiting. We can just drop those inks right in. And then see what happens. The only thing I've got to wait for with Petri is the stir. It is Friday the 13th. What is going to go wrong? Who knows? Oh, I might watch a horror tonight and get a takeaway in. Anybody fancy joining me? So let's get a few of these colours out. I love yellow. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And now this time, I haven't done this for a while, but I'm going to back these. I could do this technique. Don't worry about it, Amy. I could make you a piece for your niece. You never know. You might like one of these and win it in the auction. These pieces, if they turn out, they're going to go in the auction on the 27th. So I'm crazy. I'm doing another auction on the 27th. I got a lovely email earlier as well from the lady who bought my giant dragon and the blue whale and a few other pieces, saying that they'd arrived safely, and she absolutely loved them. So that was really nice. But look at that. Where's them bubbles gone? Huh? And this is the thick resin, guys. Those bubbles. Where are they? Hello. So, I'm going to fill my favourite ones here. Now, this one I find's a bit big, and I don't think many people would wear it. And this one. These two are pretty big. So I'm going to fill the others that I like first. Again, I'm not a big fan of that one. So let's just fill some of these. And I say fill. I'm not going to fill them. I want to leave about 2 mil on top. One reason for the inks. And one reason to put it back on. So here we go. Slowly does it. Here we go, here we go. Again, I'm trying to do it slowly so that any bubbles that are in there come out. Here we go. And don't forget, the great thing is we're going to be dropping alcohol inks on these guys. So the beauty of that is any bubbles that do stay in there, the alcohol's probably going to get for us. Love this one as well. Great design. So here we go. This one's okay. We'll do this one as well. Love pouring resin. Does anybody else get, like me, just gets a little bit giddy when you're pouring resin, you know, after a long week, you finally get home, don't have to worry about work anymore. All you've got to do is pour resin and have fun. I always get a little bit giddy. And apologies if I don't see your comment in chat straight away, guys. It's because I've got to concentrate my eyes on the project when I pour. And again, I'm going to be coming up with a new phone stand that doesn't completely block my view like this one, so that I can see all of the chat when we do these lives. And the hard bit here is going to be to remember which ones I put the resin in. Oh dear. I do like this long one. I don't know why. How full? I'm leaving around about 2 mil from the top. And that is for the ink and a very thin back layer, hopefully. So I'm leaving roughly 2 mil. And I'm only eyeballing it. It doesn't have to be perfect. But that's what I'm going for. Roughly 2 mil is what I'm going to leave. Then I am going to inspect these to see if any bubbles have gone down to the base, which they do sometimes, and trying to get rid of them. Whew. Here we go. But I want to leave roughly 2 mil of space. Hi Shelley, I'm glad you made a live. Welcome, you never forget your first. Oh dear. It's going to be one of those lives, guys. Going to be one of them. There we go. I think we'll get another couple. Here we go. And I'm just having a look now. I might do this triangle. And I think I'll have enough for one more. Here we go. And then the last one, I'm going to do this one at the back. Hopefully there's going to be enough in there to just fill this one almost to the top and give us that 2 mil I'm looking for. And then you guys are going to have to remind me in a minute where I've poured. Again, I'm not wasting any of this resin. Let's get it in. Beautiful. And I'm just having a look around now, seeing if I've left enough space. I think I have. And I think they're all pretty consistent, which is what I'm looking for. Bit of consistency, so that they'll all look pretty similar when I'm done. So there's that part. Dead straightforward. Filling them like that. Now all I'm going to do is move this cup out the way so I don't knock it over in a minute. And then I'm just going to get a little silicone tool. I'm going to use a round one just to bring any bubbles that I can see and encourage them up to the top. Come on. Up you come. And it is a thick resin, guys, so you're probably going to do yourself a favour by doing this. You know, just get those bubbles dislodged, any that you see, and then leave it for a second to do its thing. Now there's not many bubbles and I don't want to put too many back in, but I do want to just do this to dislodge them, encourage them up to the top where I can then just quickly torch them all. And if I get one or two, I'm not that fussed, but I want these to be beautiful pendants that hopefully people are going to want to bid on and wear. You never know. You never know until they're done. Now we're going to get to the fun bit, which is just dropping colours. Now, I like to do this quite... Clean your stick as well. Don't forget to wipe your stick, guys. Always wipe your stick. Keep it clean. Now, this is how random I go. This is my box. Oh, hello. You know, no way are they in any particular order. So I'm just going to start grabbing some. And you can do them deliberately in certain colours. Always shake your inks as well. Now, I love yellow in pieces, and especially since we're going to be backing these. Let's go. Couple of drops. Oh, hello, yellow. Beautiful. And this is how random I like to be. And I want, not all of them, but a lot of these to have yellow in, because it's one of my favourite colours, especially if we end up backing them in black, which is what I'm planning to do. And it also mixes very well with any other colour. I think that's enough with yellow. We do all grow together. So there's some yellow. Now cerulean is beautiful. It's one of my favourite blues. Yes. Woo! Hello. Helps if you get it in the actual piece. There we go. That one got a little bit there. And I want these to you'll see, there's no particular order. This is just completely random. So there's some cerulean, which is, again, beautiful. What have we got? Purplish red. What about a bit of purplish red? Let's have some of that in that one. And this one. And this is how simple Petri can be, guys. You know, you haven't got to panic. Orchid as well as a pinky colour. So let's have one of these at least with a little bit of orchid. I think that'll go really well with a purpley red, he says. Come on, orchid. Out you come. Beautiful. And let's have a bit of orchid down here as well. And in one of these. You know, let's mix it up a little bit. Now I just want to make sure that all the pieces that I've got resin in have got at least one drop of ink at this point, which they have, I think. So we're going to be making 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, about 20. Oh, we'll say about 20. What's this? Sapphire blue. So that's a really deep dark blue. Beautiful colour again. So let's put a couple of drops of this in. Let's go here. Oh, this one's run out. Okay, let's find another dark blue. Now I've got to remember though, if I'm backing these, I don't want the inks to be too dark, because if the inks are too dark, you might not see them properly. Let's go with aqua. A bit of aqua. Has that got some in? Nope. Okay. This is where I realise that I need to get some more inks because I'm running low on some of them. Let's open this other box and see if we've got any in here. Hello. That's better. That's another empty bottle, guys. Let's resin. Send me some... Send me some inks if you're watching this, please. I'm running low on certain colours and I don't like it. I like to have loads of different colours available to me at all times. Let's have a look. There's got to be another blue in here. That's forest green. Hello, blue. There's got to be another blue. I don't just want cerulean. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Blue. Dead straightforward, blue. The name doesn't get much simpler. Would this work with UV? Not really, not as well. I've seen people try it with UV, and it does kind of work, but whenever you mix alcohol and UV, you're kind of asking for trouble. So, yes, you can, but I can't promise what kind of result you're going to get from doing that. You know? I do like blue. There we go. I missed that. So whatever it was said, I'm sure it was a great idea. Right, we got some dark magenta, which is quite a dark purple. Let's go in this corner here. This one here. Ooh, this one here. And you don't want to overdo it, which I often do, guys, I'll be honest. I often overdo it with my colours. I always get told this. But you are the artist, you know. And it's whatever colours you want to use, you use. So here's some red. In fact, I've got one open there. You know. Beautiful. And this is how random you can be. And trust me, we're going to get at least one beautiful piece out of this batch. Hopefully more. But we will see. And again, this is just the alcohol inks at this point. There's one in there as well. And again, I'm just randomly picking some colours out and dropping them in at this point. Now, if you use peach red, be very careful. Because that's the one that can kind of muddy your colours up. This is cranberry, which again, it's a different red, which I really like. Let's put some cranberry in these. Beautiful. Now these are getting pretty full in colour already. So I might just put a couple more colours, and let's pick a random one. Let's have a lemon yellow, which is a lighter yellow. Just in the top of that one and that one. Anywhere I can see a little gap. And let's have one in there. And you see what I mean? This is how random you can be, guys. Don't panic. Just have fun with it, is what I say. And hopefully, we're still apricot as well, which is more of an orange. We're still going to get some nice pieces, touch wood. And don't forget, these inks are probably still going to spread a little bit when I add the white sinker. So I'm not concerned yet. And this is what I mean by going overboard with your colours, guys. Sometimes they work beautifully by doing this, and sometimes they muddy your colours a little bit. So you've got to think about how you place them. I'm happy with those. In fact, I'm going to have another drop in there. And I think that is enough colour for me. What do you guys think? Although I've not used any green. Let's have some yellow green in this one. And a little touch over here. I love colours, you know. And the more colours I can try and get in a piece, whether it works or not is another matter, the more I'm happy. I think I'm overdoing it though at this point, and there is a risk of muddying, a real risk. Let's just have one more drop in this one. There we go. I think that's about there, guys. I don't want to add any more colours. I'm just looking around to make sure there's every piece that's got resin in, at this point, has colours in. This is where the magic happens for me with Petri. It's when you add the white sinker. Hi Lula, sorry I've just seen you in chat. I've been concentrating on these rainbows. Beautiful. I'll do a pendant with UV resin as well. Later on though. As I say, I'm probably going to be live most of tonight with different makes. So, don't worry. I will have to have a break at some point to get something to eat. This one, I'm using the Cure Pro from Apex. If you want any of that, get over to Apex and use my discount code CCUK. So this is my 50% sinker, which is 50% Sea Deeper from Let's Resin and 50% alcohol. And listen to those ball bearings shake. Shake it up, shake it up. Ooh, ooh. You want to make sure that this is mixed. Again, if you need to go to that, then by all means go to that. If you want to stay here, stay here. Well, you need to get in the car, Maria, and get over here. Jump in the car. We'll have a takeaway whilst pouring resin and watching a film. So now the trick is with your white, don't go too heavy, okay? Don't go putting loads and loads of this in. I try for 1 drop per colour, maximum. But when you go like this and you've got all of these colours, it's very hard to tell. So one of these will probably have 3 drops in, the bigger ones, and the smaller ones as well. So 3 or 4 drops is all you need. Shake it. Okay, I'm pretty happy that that's mixed up. Now I'm going to start off. Now if you do this in a blank space, you actually get to keep a bit of the white. So here we go. First one. I try and go with the colours first, and then we just watch them dance. Beautiful. Now, if you go straight to the edge as well, what you need to realise is there's more chance of it sliding down the side and giving you a few heavier bits. But you don't need a lot, guys. I'm going to wipe the tip. Always wipe your tip. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's it. That's all you need. You know, and you'll get a different effect going through it. Again, this one. 1. I'm going to do this one slightly different. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Love doing this though, guys. I did say tip, Lula. Yes, I did. Again, this one. Oh, oh. Again, you've got to be careful. You don't want it too heavy. I think that's where most people go wrong with Petri. They go a little bit too heavy. And this is all you're doing, is getting a few drops of it. So you know that you've got your white covering pretty much all of the piece, you know. And don't forget, we're going to be backing these. So if I've got some transparency, I'm not actually concerned. And depending on where you drip your white is very much how it's going to mix up those alcoholics. Look, beautiful. There we go. But I think these are going to be really cool. You know? And then, as I say, normally you would have to wait an hour before you stir. But I don't want to. So I'm going to put these in the curing machine for about 20 minutes and then come back and stir and see if that speeds things up. And it's always a good idea just to shake it up halfway through if you're doing a full tray as well, because your white will start to settle, guys. But you can see literally probably 3 drops in these smaller ones. Okay, that one had 4. Beautiful. And I'm going to give you guys a close-up in a minute of what these look like as well. But they are looking absolutely gorgeous at this point. And this is how fun Petri is, guys. You don't need to panic. You just have fun with it. And whatever will be, you know. Yeah, you almost get a pastel mosaic. Now, I haven't tried this yet, but you could probably stir now with this, with it being such a thick resin. But I'm not going to, because normally you'd have to wait for an hour. And I don't want to do that, but I'm going to take my gloves off now. Just to give you guys a bit of a close-up on these. Look at these. Just look at that. And this is before we've stirred them. It's before we've done anything with them, guys. Look at that. That's almost a bird. Look at that. A bird in flight. Look at that. Can you see? Someone's got a blue wing and a pink wing. Beautiful. You know, and this is my favourite part of Petri. Just look at these. Absolutely amazing. And don't forget, we're not there yet. We still need to stir these in a bit. Look at this. So pretty. Hi, Hort. I hope you're doing well. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right as well. I don't like pronouncing people's names wrong. Look at these, though. They're looking pretty cool so far. So, now what I'm going to do... Well, you can just not stir them, and then you just get a little fuzzy effect all the way across. How much whitening alcohol do you use? So I use, in this particular resin, this is where you're going to have to play. Okay, I might leave that. But this is where you're going to have to play, is basically, depending on your resin, is depending on what white mix you want. Now for this resin, I think 50-50 is perfect. So I've done 50% of the sea deeper, and I've done 50% alcohol, mixed it all together. I probably shouldn't be moving these, but oh my, these are stunning. I will do one where I won't stir it just for you guys. So now what I'm going to do, and this is the first time I've tried this, I'm going to put my curing machine lid on. And normally you have to wait an hour. I don't want to wait an hour before I stir. So what I'm going to do is just wait. Well, it says 30 minutes, but we're not going to do 30 minutes. We're going to do, I think 15 minutes should be enough. I don't think the birdie will come out on front though with that one. I think it might stay on the back. But again, you can decide if you like that way to just coat the other side as well. This doesn't have to be the front or the back. And then don't forget, once these are fully cured later on, so we're going to come back in 20 minutes. Well, I might as well stay live, to be fair. We've got everyone here. So in 20 minutes time, it has seen better days. It's had a lot of usage, Amy. You can use a heat mat. People that I know do this on a heat mat, but I don't have one. So I'm going to try it in my curing machine and see if that works. And in fact, I'm going to do it for 15 minutes, I think. 15 minutes, then stir, and then put them back in. And we're going to see what happens, you know. So again, just trying to tidy around my space at the same time. Look, I do try and tidy. Look. Give it a bit of wipe, you know. Beautiful. But yeah, we're going to leave that 15 minutes. You get to see my ugly mug now. So I'm just going to move this light out of the way. Unplug it. And as I say, don't feel obliged to stay. If you want to go to Lula's premiere, go there as well. But again, I've stopped looking at when everybody's premieres are. And I'll be completely honest, guys. The reason why is... Hello. The reason why is there's so many of us now, resin artists, I can't keep track of when everybody's premieres are, everybody's lives, because there's probably one every time I want to do one. And again, for me, I want to support other artists as well, of course I do. But I've also got to focus on the channel. And if I want to go live, I'm going to go live, you know, it's as simple as that. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Hello. So, we're going to do this 15 minutes, I think, in that curing machine. And then we're going to stir. Then we're going to put them back in. And I'm probably going to pour something else when we get to that part. Because I'm not quite ready for tea yet. Maria's not drove over yet. Hi, Cherie. We're doing Petri, but we're doing it partially in a curing machine. So, it should be fun. Instead of waiting an hour, I'm testing out this Cure Pro. 15 minutes in the G3. Apparently Maria's jumping in a car as well and coming around for a date. You missed that as well, Cherie. So yeah, this is in the curing machine at the minute for 15 minutes. And then I'm going to stir. And then we're going to fully cure them. Then I'm probably going to do a giant dragon whilst they're curing. You do, yeah. Normally you wait 1 hour before you stir, which allows the Petri time to drop. Brilliant. Support both. Go on both at the same time. Apparently, we'll see. I think she's just kidding, though, to be fair. And don't forget, if you missed the live the other night, look at Amarok. Hi, guys. Oh, he's still here. Beautiful. We did him live. We did this beautiful Froggy live as well. And that's going to be in the auction as well, I think. And I'm just trying to get a load of pieces ready for you guys. So there's going to be an auction. in 2 weeks' time, 2 weeks today, which is the 27th. And it's going to be the same as last time. And I'm glad to say, I think most people, with Petri, you want fine little strands. With Cloud, it's more heavier, is the way that I look at it. So Petri should just give you that fine feathery effect. I don't know why I have to do that when I say feathery either. But yeah, I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun night. I'm not going to stop pouring. I may have to start pouring some wine as well later on, but I don't promote that. So before you two police get involved, it's just Friday, and that's what I would like to do. So I might have to pour that alongside the resin later on. And there will be times where you might have to give me a break, but I'm just going to carry on pouring, you know. I want lots of pieces tonight. I want them all ready for that auction so that you guys, if you like any of them, you can buy them. And these pendants, there's going to be a few of them. The idea is here, I haven't done these for a while, and I want to back them with black resin as well, which I think will really make those Petris go pop. Sorry, I missed that question, Lorena. Do you want to repeat it? Oh, we got Roz in. Hi, Roz. Hope you're doing well. Pop. Yeah. Like that. But no, it's going to be really fun, these are. And it's already been 5 minutes, so another 10 minutes, and we're going in for the stir, guys. Oh, I've already answered it. Brilliant. That's the best way. It's even better. But yeah, the cloud effect, what you tend to do is you mix up a more opaque white and you just pour it in and then stir it. So it's a slightly different technique. With the Petri, hi, crafty girl. Yeah, but with the Petri, what you want is that fine feathery effect. And you've got to do this now every time you say feathery. So if I see anyone else doing this technique in a video and they go feathery, you have to do that with your fingers. That is now a new rule. Do you want to have a look at my printer as well? Well, it's still printing at the minute. But what it's printing is these, which are absolutely so cool. Will you wait for me? I'll do a UV pendant later on, I promise you. So look at this. Beautiful frog eyes organizer. Now live on the website, CCUKResin.com. So, and there is going to be an advert coming out on these this weekend. So when that comes out, these are going to fly out, and you might have to wait 2 or 3 days for me to print one. At the minute, I've got a few. Yours has been posted. Yours was the first one out, Cherie. So that should be tomorrow, I would imagine you'll get that. But yeah, first 3 or 4 of these have already gone. And I've only printed 10 to start me off because I don't want to waste any if people don't want to buy them. So you may have to wait 2 days to get one if you don't hurry up and get yours from CCUKResin.com. But there we go. Somebody's actually ordered 2 already, so she must have a lot of frog eyes. So yeah. But I've got so many ideas what I'm going to be doing. They're to store your frog eyes. Where's a full one? Hang on. You're going to make me work for it, aren't you? So, look at that. Instead of having to go in the bag and organise them every time, you've got your frog eyes nicely organised into pairs so that when you're ready to do a frog, you can just pick your pair. Simple as. They fit perfectly in the ridge and they're really cool. So, oh, and don't do that. It's just because I'm holding it up for the camera. But yeah, they just literally go in the slot, keeps them nice and neat. You can have them on display like that if you want to rest them up against something. And obviously once your sleeve's on, they're not going anywhere. They're staying in those ridges. And I love the way that you can see the little green through it for his little eyes. So there we go. And it was my first product from concept to actual product. So I think it's really cool. I love it. And I'm trying to get more organised. And my workstation, I'll be honest, it's not organised. And I think part of it is because my brain is very creative and it likes to get messy. So what I need to do is give everything a home. Once everything's got a home, I can put it back where it belongs. My next design is going to involve tumblers, and that's all I'm saying. Because I've just started doing tumblers. and I think this came out really cool. But there's a couple of things that I've found whilst doing tumblers that I found a little bit frustrating. And I think I've got a solution. But I can't say more about that until, well, this one's actually going to be in the auction as well on the 27th. It will come with a lid and a little plastic base, like so. But yeah, this one is going to be in that auction on the 27th, so don't miss it. These are the lids that they come with as standard. It also comes with a little stainless steel straw as well. A bit like that, you know. And it keeps your coffee warm. And I drink a lot of coffee, so that's going to be really cool. But don't forget, Lula's premiere starting in about 60 seconds as well. So if you want to watch both, support us both at the same time, you don't get to just listen to this mug talking at you that way. You can have Lula doing her crafty and her magic at the same time. I do ship to the US. With those Frog Eyes trays, because I can fit them in a standard padded envelope, I can do it for a £5 flat rate shipping worldwide as well, which is great. Because normally if I'm shipping to the US, the cheapest I can normally do it for is about £15 because of all the tariffs and things like that. But this, because it fits in a standard padded envelope, it can go £5 flat rate shipping worldwide. So there you go. And I do ship to the US anyway, so for my auction pieces as well, I think 60% of my buyers in the last auction, £5 in dollars is probably about $7.50 maybe. So that's pretty cool. But I think with the auction, it's slightly different. It's based on weight. And I think where that was really cool last time was everybody's received them now, I think, almost. I've had quite a few emails back. You can ask about modifying that eye case, but it won't be straight away. I have already got a 6mm one coming for axolotls. I didn't even know that, JMG, so that's great. It converts it into dollars. Makes it a bit easier. But yeah, I am making a few others. So there are going to be a couple of upgrades and different boxes, but they're not going to be out straight away. First thing that's going to happen is, Lorena got her order and she was happy. That's good. But yeah, the first thing that's going to be released is this one. Then there's going to be another model coming out in about a month's time. And then there's going to be a third model coming out. So I'm going to gradually release these as a new product every month. And then that way you can get the one that you want, hopefully. But it does take time. People don't realise this took me... I haven't yet, JMG, because patents cost an absolute fortune. Well, and you've got to get a patent for every country in the world. So if I was to patent this worldwide, it would probably cost me in the region of £5,000. I would have to sell an awful lot of these to see that money again. I've looked into it, but the costs are a little bit prohibitive. Nobody should copy it, and I can claim against copyright if somebody copies my design, but they're not patented at the minute. Judy lived by the patent office. I thought you were going live at 7. Your premiere, was it not 7 o'clock, Lula? It's now 2 minutes past 7. I'm just pre-warning you. I don't want you to miss it. Yeah, do that, Lula. Oh, you are live at the same time. Oh, multitasking you. So we're about 3 minutes away from the stir. Yeah, it's a lot of money. And you've got to do it for every country that you want the patent to be valid in. So at this point, I'm not at that scale, you know. At this point, if somebody wants to copy me, that's up to them. But I came up with it first, and it's on my channel first. I've got the print files to print it, which I won't be selling to anyone. And I designed it. So if I get copied, I get copied. You know, it is what it is. I don't think I'm at the scale where I've got loads of people watching me yet. Yeah, they are what they are, JMG, but it's not that much. So to give you an idea, the biggest order, I do sell clocks. I don't have any at the minute, but you can also, on my website, do a custom order. And if you put in the custom order clocks, I can give you some prices based on what you want. So I can do that, no problem. I do anything you want on my website, and that's why I created that unique order, so it allows you to place a custom order. And if you're lucky, I might actually feature that order in a video as well. Hi Wendy, hope you're doing well. 2 minutes away from the stir on these Petris. Who's excited? I know I am. I get all giddy on a Friday because I finished work and I can just relax and do resin. You know, it's absolutely amazing. Right, but at the minute, if you're in the first 10 orders, you'll get them shipped out the next day. Then after that, I've put made to order on the website with those frog eye boxes. So you might have to wait up to 10 days, 2 days, sorry, before I ship them out because they take 6 hours to print. Dragon's Den. I don't know about that, Lula. Hi, Peter Jones. Have you heard about a Frog Eyes organiser? Give me £10 million for 5% of the company. I don't think that will go down too well. Hi, Kathy. Hope you're doing all right. 1 minute before we get to the stir. I don't know why I say pour. So I'm going to have to move that light around. And I'm doing this in cream jeans, guys. Probably not the best idea when you're playing with alcohol inks. But hey-ho. Right, we're at 15 minutes, so ignore the belly. Let's move the light across. Here we go, here we go. Move it across. There we go. Onto there. I think that is about right. Now I'm going to move you guys. Here we go. Ready? We're going to move you gently. Here we go. They're 8mm, which is the standard size for a standard froggy mould like that, which is 8mm. Here we go. Let's get you back on this stand. I've always got to try not to cut you off when I do this. There we go, we did it. So look, 15 minutes. That's all I've done. Now I'm gonna switch it off. So these have been curing just for 15 minutes. And I'm hoping I'm gonna get gloved up again. So nobody shouts at me and says, oh, you need to be gloved up. Okay, so we're gonna get gloves on. And I'm hoping that I can stir these now, and then we can cure them. And then I'm going to go get my big dragon mould, and we're going to do a big dragon. Who doesn't like it? And we're going to do a little dragon as well. Big and little. So then there'll be a baby one and a big one in the auction. Right, what silicone tool am I going to use? Let's have a look. Or should I go with a toothpick? Let's go with a toothpick, I think. So let's go with a toothpick for these stirs, because everybody, if you haven't got a silicone tool, you've got a toothpick. So let's get one of these out. And you're going to have to remember to wipe your toothpick as well, guys. As well. Never forget to wipe your toothpick. And then we're going to go and start these stirs. And we said we were going to leave this one, I think. The bird one that kind of looks like a bird in the bottom corner. And sorry if I missed your comment in chat. This is the point at which I need to really concentrate on these stirs. So if I miss your comment, I apologise, but we'll get back to them after I finish stirring. All right? So, toothpick ready. See that? Beautiful. Little toothpick. That's all it is. And wipe ready. Now this one, I think will be really cool as flames. So it's got the yellows, it's got the reds. All I'm going to do is start at the top. Hi Annette, I hope you're doing well. And I'm going to bring the yellow through the red, which should create a flame effect. Ready? This is the nerve part, because I've never done these with just 15 minutes in a curing machine. It is thicker. Now whether it's thick enough, I don't know. Let's get these wispy flame effects going through the piece. I'm liking this. Now normally it would be a little bit thicker. So maybe I haven't done it for long enough, but we are going to find out. And then I'm just going to pull this little bit through there. And don't go overboard, but get it looking the way you want. I like that as a flame. So there's that one. Thank you. Now this one, which one do we want to leave? That one, wasn't it? So that's the one we're leaving. I'm just tickling it. Tickling the surface. That's all you need to do. So I think that's the one that we're going to leave. This one I'm going to swirl. And I'm just going to start with a light colour here, which is white almost. And I'm going to try and pull it all the way through and into a spiral. Are we ready? Here we go. And you've got to be careful because you don't want to damage your mould underneath. But I love that. That is beautiful now. And again, we're going to do a similar effect on this one, but I might go for a slightly different spiral. And this is going to create a ribboning effect, you call it, in your Petri. So now I'm going to go in again and just separate that spiral with another one, just because I think it'll look cool. There we go. I always use bright colours. Now this one I'm going to do slightly different, where I'm going to go from side to side, almost figure of 8, and then once straight down the middle. And again, that creates almost a floral effect. This is the magic. I absolutely love it, guys. Now this one I thought it'd be interesting if we go spiraling from the centre around into that one. And then from the centre again into that one. And then one more, just bringing the whole thing through into that one. So we're going to get almost 3 mini spirals in that, which will be kind of cool if it works. Don't forget, we're leaving that one. This one, again, I just love the spiral. You know, it's one of my favourites to do. So let's do the same again. This time I'm going to bring it all the way from around here, through the dark, into the red, all the way around. Now, again, I'm not sure if this is going to work because it doesn't feel stringy enough. And I only gave them 15 minutes in that curing machine. And normally I would leave this for an hour before I come back. But I want to see if it's going to work. Now, this one, I'm just going to swirl like so and leave it like that. But this is the fun of Petri, guys. And you never know what you're going to get until you demold. Oh, wow. Hello. I'm loving that one. That one might not be for sale. That might be mine. This one again, I want to do a slightly different spiral. And it's up to you how you do your Petri, you know. Now this one, I always just do the same, which is starting out that centre and just pulling all those colours into each other. Are we enjoying this or not? Let me know in chat. Are you still with me? Oh, we're about halfway now. And I'm going to give you a close-up afterwards as well. And as I say, I'm not convinced at this point that I've done it for long enough for this to work. I'm glad you like watching me work, Michelle. That's fine. This one, I want to go around and in. Just slightly to the side, if you can see. And then I'm going to do the same just there. They are looking okay. Now, again, normally I wait for the resin to be stringier than this, so I'm not convinced at this point. But we are going to find out. There we go. Again, I like to do slightly different designs and see what comes out of it, you know. And don't forget, we are going to be backing these. Now, because I've used so many colours as well, you tend to find it's quite dark. But I quite like pendants dark, especially if you can see some bright colours as well shining through. Don't know, what do you guys think? Now that one I went a little bit deep. Right, this one, I'm just going to go crazy. And see what happens. And then this one again, subtle, through the dark and the light, like that. And then the last one, let's pull it all through and in like so. So do you want a close-up of these? Let's give you a bit of a close-up. Then we're going to put these on cure and hope they work. So I'm going to take these gloves off momentarily. I'm going to be reusing them because I don't want to get through 100 pairs of gloves tonight. But I'm loving them. This is what Petri's all about. It's just about having fun. And even if these don't work, I still like them. I'm just hoping that they do because I am planning to back these. Hi, Bobby Joe. Hope you're doing well. Look at these. Hello. That's the one we left. You can do a bloom. Bloom effect is very different to Petri. I've got loads of bloom videos. If you want to see those. Loads. Look at these. Wowzers. That one's going to be gorgeous. That one as well. That one there. Look at these. Those. Oh, hello. Loving these colours. Absolutely good. I think that one's going to be my favourite. I don't know why. I'm just loving the colours in that. And I am going to be backing these, guys. Don't forget. I am going to back these in a black, which will make them even darker. But hopefully... Oh, wow. Hello. Look at that. Beautiful. And that one. Look at the pink and the orange and the purple. Wow. That is stunning. That's different. But yeah. Look at these. That one's going to be interesting as well, like the triple spiral effect. But I think that one is definitely going to be my favourite. So, I'm going to put these back on cure now. I'm going to put you up here. Are we okay? Shrink, 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 shrink. There we go. And now, I'm literally going to put these on cure so that they are fully cured. I'm going to give them 2.5 hours. And I'll probably still be here in 2.5 hours, so we're okay. I'm just going to move them back so I get my surface back. There we go. And as promised, now we're going to make another piece. Crazy! Now, I did promise you guys something, so I need to find it. It's in my drawers. So, and this is a very well-used mould. Baby dragon. Little ickle baby dragon. Now, I don't like putting eyes in the baby dragons. I like to just leave them as they are. Now, I need to go get mummy dragon. Because mummy dragon's going to be made as well, I think, tonight. And then once the dragon's done, guess what? We're going to make something else. Pouring on a Friday night with Andy. What more could you ask for? Just bear in mind, I can't see what you're saying in chat. So at the minute, because I'm just grabbing a mould. And then we're going to decide on colours. And you guys are going to tell me what colours we want. So we've got baby dragon. Baby dragon, do 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 do. And now we've got mummy dragon. Can you see the size difference? Big, little. But mummy dragon is absolutely huge. So I'm just gonna, there's a little bit of cured resin from last time. Let's get those bits out. Look at the size of mummy dragon. That's okay. Just be here when you can, don't stress. Now, what colour dragon should we make tonight? And bear in mind, these are both going to go in that auction in 2 weeks' time. In fact, I'm going to go get some tape. Practice what you preach. And I'm going to get some tape. There you go. Did you all like that sound? I'm just going to make sure there's no little bits of resin in here. But we are going to do mummy dragon as well as baby dragon in this piece, which is going to use an awful lot of resin. I'm guessing about just under a litre of resin. Wow, purple, blue and gold. I like that. I didn't rip my trousers. I'm not put on that much weight, Lula. So I think I like those ideas. Let me go see if I can find the right size eyes. And for this one, I'm going to have to make another eyes organiser, because I don't like to use the 8mm in this. I like to use the 6mm eyes. So let me see if I can grab some and find them. And then after we've done this dragon, guys, we're going to have a break after we've poured these 2 dragons, because I will need to eat at some point. So I'm just seeing if I can find my 6mm eyes. And this is the frustration for me of not just having them ready. Here we go. And again, this is the difference, you know. If I was doing a frog right now, I could just go to my get the full one. I could just go to my frog eyes box and pick a pair, you know. But now I've got one of these little bags. I think these are the 6mm eyes. They look like the 6mm. So these are the smaller ones. And then look, I've got to do this every time, which is such a pain. Because you scatter them everywhere, you lose them, you know, it's... Oh, dear. If only there was a dragon eyes box. On its way, guys, on its way. Oh, hello. Luckily, I found a pair straight away that I like. So they're the eyes I think we're going to have. Okay. You watch, I didn't, and then you've got to put them back in the bag, and oh, dropped one there, you know. Frog eyes box, guys, frog eyes. Okay, so these are the eyes that I've gone with, and they are a pair. I think they are anyway. They look very similar. See those little tiny things? Now at this point, I've not put my gloves back on, and I will be doing in a minute, but there's going to be a lot of resin to mix up for this. A lot of resin, guys. So start thinking about colours whilst I put these eyes in. But what I do with these eyes as well, just to give you a little top tip, there's nothing worse than wonky eyes when you're using realistic dragon eyes like these, or lizard eyes, whatever you want to call them, than getting these slits very wonky, you know. Here we go. Do you like them? So, in fact, I'm just going to move this to the side a little bit because it's blocking chat. Don't know if anybody is actually chatting, but there. Now I can see. Shrink it a little bit. Whoops. Come on. Come on. Okay. Right, I can see you guys now. Hello. So with these eyes, all I'm going to do is draw a line down the centre where that line is, so I know which way around they're going to be positioned when I put them in. And I do like to use these glass eyes in this dragon. So if you look there, I'm just having a look, it's right down the centre there. I'm just going to put a line there. So that tells me which way round, if you can just see. When are you demoulding these? When they're ready. It's probably tomorrow. And I need to make some space on this side in a minute to put these, because we are going to do another project after this. And these, whatever they turn out like, they will be available in that auction on the 27th. Now, resin will take, hopefully by the end of the night, we'll be able to demould these Petri pieces. But we won't be able to demould the dragons because they're going to take 24 hours to cure, because I'm not putting them in the curing machine. All right, there we go. So that's that one. So now I know which way round those... I think I got it right. I didn't, you know. No, I didn't. I got it the wrong way round. Okay, let's try... Oh, dear. Well, it's not a million miles away, but that's actually where the eye goes. There we go. Right, so there's those eyes. Hello. Right. Now, I need to get some UV resin and put those eyes in. Now, again, I always recommend wearing gloves, and I will be getting gloved up again in a minute, but for this bit, it's very fiddly for me, so I prefer to be able to feel my hands and my fingers when I do this. Oh, we've just had a Frog Eyes box sale, guys. It's just popped up on my screen, so whoever's bought one, congratulations. It'll be shipped to you tomorrow. Oh, and I've just tipped the eye in. So, let's get this back. Right, now this is the really fiddly bit. Because, can you just see that tiny eye cavity there? Yeah? That's where I need to get it in. And on that side. So I'm going to do that side first. I'm going to try and get it on camera, but it's probably not going to be the best. So I'm going to position the mould so that I can reach in there. Then I've got to think which way round I'm going to want this eye. And I think I'm going to want the slit going down. So just literally a drop of resin is all it takes. Just a drop of resin. And I want the eye upwards. So you can see that line is visible. Just going to move it round. And I want it there. Right, happy with that, I think. So now I'm going to cure that one in. Just using a torch. Hi in South Georgia. Hi, Ruthie. I hope you're doing well. Were you the lady that was proposing to me the other night? I think you might have been. Still didn't get that email, so you weren't serious. So here we go. I'm just curing this eye in. And whenever you're doing UV, try and cure it as best as you can from both sides. Like that. Here we go. So that eye, I'm pretty confident, is cured in place. Now I need to do the same on the other side, but I need to try and line them up. So I need the line going the same way, if that makes sense. So straight up. Here we go. So again, I'm just going to flex the mould a tiny bit and put a drop of UV resin. Then I'm going to get the other eye. Aye. Oh, you're all back now. Hello, everyone. And this is the dodgy eye. So I've got to remember which line was the correct one and not do that. See, this is how fiddly resin art can be, guys. When you start dropping things all over the place. Here we go. Back in the socket, please. Like so. And I think that, I'm just looking at the other one very quickly, is about as close as I can get it to be in the same direction. And now I'm just going to cure it in place. Don't use your flash. There we go. What did you make, Lula? Sorry, I'm going to watch it back later, I promise. But what did you make? I'm curious. Hi, everyone. Do. So that's just the eyes. There we go. Eyes are in. Lula, tell me what you made. I want to know what was beautiful. Right, let's move this to the side. Get rid of this and move this in place now. Now, I want to use a dirty pour technique again because that worked so well last time rather than a large froggy fry tray. Oh, is that to put frogs on? Oh, it is Froggy Friday, technically. Get yourself a froggy eye box. So the idea is here, I want to do both of these in the same colour scheme. So I'm going to get gloved up, and I want you guys to tell me what colour scheme we're going to go with. And I'm going to just make some space, because once I've done this project, I want to do another project. And that's going to mean moving that across. So start thinking about what colours we're going to want. Let me just move this up. Up. There we go. That's better. Hope you can all still see. Now I'm going to have to do this standing up because I'm making space. But I do want you all to start thinking about colours. And I'm going to try and make your dreams come true within reason. Yeah, there's your standard 8mm eyes, guys. We got purple. Purple is... I love purple, actually, so I think purple's definite. We've got to have some purple going in this dragon. And I know exactly which purple. What are the colours? I'm going to have a look again in a second. I'm just moving stuff out of the way. So I'm creating space. So once it's done, I can move it across. Gold, blue. Now, I'm not going to be brushing this in mica. This is going to be a dirty pour technique because I love a dirty pour and I love how they work. And last time, in fact, both times when I've done a dragon with that technique, guys, it's really worked. And I'll just show you one of them because I sold the other one. But look at this guy. Ooh, he was beautiful. You know, reds and greens, I like it. Look at that. So cool with that purple eye. Really, really cool. So I've still got this one. And I'm hoping I can kind of mirror that effect. But this one, I think for me, I just want to do it in solids. You know? Oh, thank you. It is a great mould. And actually, this was bought for me by Summer over at Summer Slide Design. And I really, really do appreciate it. It's a gorgeous mould. So I'm going to get... Well, that's going to be 800mm. That's going to be a bit more. So we need to mix up some resin first, don't we? Now, I'm not particularly worried about bubbles because the resin I use, the Apex High Gloss, will debubble naturally anyway. So I'm not going to have to put it through. No, neither have I, Lula. Hope she's okay. In fact, no, I am going to put it through the debubbler because I might want to sell this piece, in which case I'm better off getting it perfect, aren't I? I ain't keen on what? Let's get a couple of these red. In fact, do you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I don't think this is going to need to go through the debubbler than the technique that I'm doing. So, don't forget, we're going to be doing Baby Dragon and Mummy Dragon in the same colours. So this only holds 600mm. That's not going to be enough. It is, to be fair, and I've already got one dragon. So this is what I'm going to be mixing it in. You know, this big clear bowl. There's a bit of resin on the base. But I'm not concerned. It should work. I'm just going to pop the base out. There we go. Never throw your resin either. Look at that. It's a beautiful coaster already. Look at that. It's like a splash. Imagine a little frog on there. Splash. So, right, we've got purple. I'm going to use butterfly flower because I love it. Absolutely gorgeous. Any other colours? What other colours are we requesting? I think we should have up to 4 colours. And I think one of them should be a white. Pink? Do we all want pink? I've got a really vibrant pink I can put in. Pinky purple. What do you think? Teal. What, like this? Peacock. I've got a peacock, which is beautiful. Bright blue. We've got blue. So this one's gorgeous. I love the peacock. Greeny blue. What was your comment, Amy? Sorry. Pink, pink, pink. So I'm going to get some pink as well. I think a bit of gold's coming through as well. Cheesecake yellow. I've got some yellow here. I'm sorry. It's quite stressful looking at all these comments whilst trying to create. So we've got, at the minute, we've got purple. We've got peacock. We've got yellow. Deep blue and bright pink. So I need a pink and a blue. I'm going to go get a deep blue and a pink. That way Amy feels happy as well. So, for the deep blue, I'm going to go ultramarine. Which pink am I going to use? And say I'm not the biggest fan of pink. I've got loads of pinks, guys. I want to find one that's quite vibrant, though, I think. I don't think we want beaver in this one. which I'm not lying, it is a colour. I think I want zinnia. Okay. So I've got some zinnia, which is a bright pink, as requested. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So we are going to go with 5 colours now. It has been decided. Ultramarine is a deep, dark, just blue. Okay. So we got our 5 colours picked. Need to get gloved up and I need to mix up some resin. Now for the gold, I just want something that's going to literally shimmer a little bit. Should we go gold or silver, guys? Gold or silver? Give me a choice. Give me your choice. Gold or silver? Silver, okay. We got some Magnolia Shimmer, which is silvery white. Hello. Beautiful. And I don't have any eye candies. I can't get them in the UK, guys. And we want a tiny bit of glitter, so let's go with silver. Mirror, mirror. And I think we want a bit of gold. So let's get something gold as well. Oh my. Where's my gold glitter? Oh, hello. In fact, I've got some sunflower gold powder as well. So there's a lot going into this, guys. So I've got some gold. Hello. Beautiful. So we got gold, we got silver, we got some mirror mirror glitter just to give it some sparkle. And I think a little bit of greeny purple glitter as well. What about that one? Hello. I think, so look at all these different colours that are going to go into this. And we've just picked them all live. Now I'm going to have to mix up a litre of resin. Wow. Here we go. And I think I'm going to pour this one slightly different. I'm not going to do it all in a dirty pour. I'm going to do some in a dirty pour and some not. And this is crazy because I know what works and I haven't tried this before. And it's a whole lot of resin, guys. A whole lot. This is going to be at least, I think, a litre of resin, this, guys. So I hope you appreciate this tonight. A litre! All right. There's some resin. Oh, that's hardness. I'm going to be using the high gloss from Apex. Don't forget, if you want any of that, get over to apexresin.co.uk. Use that discount code CCUK. Andy's Angels. I like the sound of that. Right. I know I'm not going to have enough in here, so that's all going to just tip on its side and go in there. Wow. This is a lot of resin, guys. This is going to be a litre of resin. Things I do for you lot. Right, there, resin. I am going to have to go get a new pot. I'm going to have to get a new box, guys. Right, that can carry on running. I'm going to have to run upstairs now and get a new box. You're making me get my steps in as well, guys. Because I store my resin upstairs. That way, somebody breaks in, it's likely they're going to steal stuff downstairs and not touch my resin. Resin's the most valuable thing in my house. All right, let's get a box of resin. Let's go. Oh, wouldn't you like to see my resin chamber? I bet you would. That's not happening. You'll all think I'm really crazy. Right, so I've had to go get a fresh box now. Hello, did I miss anything? I don't have an endless supply. I wish I did. I've got a good supply though. I always try and make sure I've got resin in stock because you never know when I'm going to do an impromptu live, do you? Here we go. A resin chamber. Forget a red room, I've got a resin room. Oh dear. Right, that's most of that is out. Goodbye. But that's not 500 mil yet, is it? I'm going to guess at no. 500 mil is there. Okay. So let's open one of these up. And that was the hardener, remember? So let's get the hardener. And I love these. You know, they're absolutely amazing. I will be wiping my stick. Wow. So here we go. Straight in you go. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Whoops. Nearly. Nearly. Right. 500 mil of the hardener. This is what you call a big pour, guys. At least I can get rid of some of these semi-empty ones now. And now this is going to take me all the way up to a litre. Bye-bye. So that was B, wasn't it? That was the hardener. And handcuffs? What are you guys on about in chat? I'm talking resin art. You guys are being rude. I don't know. Right, that's most of that out. Let's get this half-empty resin one. See how far that takes it. That's pretty much there, actually. Almost. Come on. Out you come. Hooray. Okay. That's a litre of resin in there. And again, apologies if I'm missing comments in chat, guys. Sometimes I can't see the chat flying by because I'm focused on the project. Where's my big stirrer? Oh, it's in the other room. Give me 2 seconds. This is how prepared I was for tonight, guys. This is how impromptu it was. You know? Where's my big silicone stick? It's not there. Okay. Back we come. Again, I'll have to figure another way out if I can't find my giant stick. Let's move this out of the way. Yes, I'm guessing you're on about me saying stick. And I did say stick. Right, let's just do it manually, I suppose. In fact, should we try this in the mixing machine? It's too big, guys. It's too big. You shouldn't do this with a mixer. But it is a lot of resin. All right, let's move this out of the way. Got my mixing machine on the back. I'm just going to try and sort of half angle this on. Ah. Oh. And then this is probably not the best way to mix your resin, guys. Oh, it works. I'm happy with that. It's mixing away. So we want to mix it for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'm going to obviously stir around the sides and everywhere, and then we're going to mix up these beautiful colours. And it's how we do this that is going to hopefully create a beautiful effect. I don't know at this point. It's a lot of colours. Lots of colours. There's going to be silver, there's going to be gold, there's going to be pink, purple, blue, a little bit shimmery because I'm going to use butterfly flower, which is purple. And that's just mixing away on my mixer. Look at that. Mixing away that giant jug. So yeah. This is going to be so interesting, guys. And whether it's going to work, I don't know. There's so many colours that I'm going to try and put into this. So now for the silver and the gold, I'm not going to want as much. So I'm going to get 2 little cups. Going to start getting these ready so that when the resin's ready, I can just mix and pour. Because when you're doing a litre of resin, guys, what you've got to remember is it can flash cure quite quick. Now, I haven't had it happen when I've done a huge pour before, but it's not worth the risk. So let's just put that over there. It's still mixing away very nicely, so I'm happy with that. Right, so for the silver, I'm going to use Magnolia Shimmer. Shimmer. And I'm just going to put a heat scoop into one of these. I'm missing the chat here, guys, but it's okay. Right, some Shimmer silver. Beautiful. Then I'm going to get some of the gold. I hate to think what you lot are saying. This is the gold. Just one scoop of that. And I hope this is going to work because it's a lot of resin if it doesn't, guys. And this is where I always feel a little bit worried when I do this. Need another small one for my other glitter. So let's get the glitter ready. So I want not too much. Okay. Here's some Mirror, which is a beautiful shiny silver glitter. And even in a piece this big, I don't want too much, so I'm just going to go with 2. Okay, maybe 3. That's enough. 3 mirrors. And then I'm going to add 2 of this purpley, bluey green chameleon glitter, which again is really pretty. 1 and 2. Okay, maybe just a little touch more, 2.5. Then I'm going to mix those around so the glitter is about ready. Ooh, no machine needed, look at that. So that's the glitter. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And don't forget, whilst we're doing this piece, those Petri pieces are still curing next to me. Right. So kind of going to have to do, I think, 2 dirty pours here. So I'm going to kind of do a dirty pour first, with the gold and the silver and the glitter. Then I'm going to do another dirty pour with those 5 colours. So it's going to be interesting as to how these are going to turn out. I'm probably going to use the glue technique as well, just for the gold and the silver and the glitter, just to see what happens. If I've still got my glue out. I did have it out the other night, so unless the burglars have come in and just stolen my PVA glue, nope, okay, we're good, we've got that. Then we should be okay. And we've got 57 in chat, so welcome everyone, especially if it's your first live. Appreciate you being here. And the resin's about mixed. It's still going at the minute. I'm not rushing it. So what we're going to do, I think, is I've put the eyes in. I think the idea is to get a thin dirty pour with the silver, the gold and the glitter. So that will kind of cover the surface a little bit, all the way around there, a little bit in here as well. Then we're going to use those 5 colours. I might go with 6 just because I wanted a little bit of white in there. Here we go. So we might have 6 colours. And we're going to see what happens. Oh, I'm a little bit stressed right now because it's a litre of resin, you know, a whole litre. If this goes wrong, it goes wrong. There's no coming back once we pour. So who knows what's going to happen. I'm just lifting this up a little bit. Mixing that of resin round. And I say, I hope you're all having fun. Pouring with Andy on a Friday night. But these pieces, when they're done, hopefully they're going to be stunning and I can demold them tomorrow. And they're going to be available in my auction on the 27th. And I will ship wherever you are in the world, providing you're happy to pay the shipping. and I'll give you a quote based on your address and we'll ship it. And we've had the first successful auction and all those pieces have started to arrive in the States, so I'm really happy about that. And people have said that they're loving them, so I'm really happy. Whew. Yeah, I'm not going to ship it for free, especially not at auction prices. That's how to go bankrupt in one auction. Yeah, I don't really fancy doing that. Right. So now what I'm going to do is just get my stick out of my drip mould. The auction was cool, and hopefully this one will be even better on the 27th. So now I'm just going to try and get this giant jug of resin. Look at this, guys, and it's not fully mixed yet. It's just been pretty thoroughly mixed. But now what I'm going to do is use my stick and make sure it goes completely clear and just do this bit by hand. And then I want it to be clear, although we are going to be mixing this quite a bit. Scrape your sides, scrape your bottom. You know, always make sure it's thoroughly mixed, because there's nothing worse than uncured resin. Trust me. But just by taking a few minutes now, doing this, like this, with all your auctions, do you have any products for your website? I've got products on my website, yep. To be honest, I need to list more on there. I've only done one auction. I don't know what you mean, all of them. I've only done one so far. And the reason I'm going to be doing this one is I've still got a lot of stock from when I used to store stuff in the shop. But I just thought I want to get some beautiful pieces as well to go alongside those, which we've made together and are special, you know. Here we go, almost there. I can still see a couple of little streaks. So I'm just going to go scraping the sides and the bottom. And yes, I said bottom. And I'm putting a few bubbles in here while I'm doing it. But on a piece this size, I'm not worried. Well, we got 62 in. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all having a good Friday. Don't forget, super chats are available. If you want to, if you're loving the content and you just think, you know what? This guy's got home from work. He's come straight on a live for us. I want to give him a super chat. They are open. You're more than welcome to. Or, even better, just join membership. Great way to support me. You get early access to all of my content and you get 15% off anything on the website if you email me for a discount code. But that is just for members, because without members, well, without all of you, I couldn't do this, but the members really, really help the channel. So here we go. Let's start filling these. One. Well, not filling them all the way, because I don't want this to overtake the whole piece. This is that silver. This is the gold. And I've got a feeling the gold is going to sink a little bit, like the candy apple red did last time. But I really liked that. And then this is going to be the glitter. Whew. Right. So I'm going to leave all of that to the side for now. I'm dangerous now. I've got more space. I told you I would be. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, go. Right. Let's mix up the glitter first. Now, do you guys like the idea of doing a double dirty pour? Which I'm thinking the gold, the glitters, and the silver as the first layer of dirty pour, followed by the next dirty pour, which is going to be all of those beautiful colours. I mean, look at that. Hello, glitter. What do you think? Do you like the idea of it or not? Now's the time to tell me. It does sound interesting. I'm going to try it. Yeah, it takes about, I think it's about 850 ml, this giant dragon. And that's why I've done a litre, because I want to fill the little baby one too. And then we can have baby dragon and mummy dragon. You know? Okay, we're going to try it. So make sure they're thoroughly mixed, especially your powders, because there's nothing worse than a clump of powder. Look at that. No, that's beautiful. Double dirty. Typical me, apparently. Don't know about that. I think I'm very sanitary, actually. Here's the gold. Let's mix that up. Mix it up. So now we've got this beautiful, and this is one of the ones from Laura's Art Corner, the Sunflower Gold. It's a bit like the Candy Apple Red, but it's gold. You know, beautiful. Right, there's those three colours. And I am going to, I think, I'm going to glue it. Glue, glue, glue. Where's it? Where have I put it now? Okay. Now you don't need... I smell very nice, do I? Oof, don't tell Martin. It's called aftershave. Right, okay. I'm going to try and get just one drop of glue in each of these because otherwise it'll be too slimy and it won't work. Out you come. All right. One drop. And so, ooh, come on. No! Out. Okay. One. Okay. One. And one. Right, so that's enough. And then we're going to turn this into slime because of that one drop of glue, which gives it a really interesting slimy-like substance. And I am going to have to speed up a little bit because, don't forget, I've got about 800 ml of resin still in that other pot. And this... interestingly, isn't as slimy as it normally goes. And I did put a drop in. Oh, this one's getting slimy. Oh, yep. Oh, hello. Hello, slime. This is what I'm looking for. Oh, anybody for a pot of slime? There we go. And then this one as well. Oh, this one's feeling slimy. So slimy. Look at this. That's the glue. Okay. Now the gold still hasn't, which tells me I probably didn't get any glue in that. There. That little drop there should do it. Yep. Now there we go. That's the slime. Double dirty pour is what we're going to try. So let me just move these to the side. And we're going to try and get the same technique in Mummy Dragon and Baby Dragon together. So, little cup, little bit of glitter, about half of that. The glitter slime, then the silvery white slime, about half. Get in, get in. Oh, there we go. Then the gold. And this is the problem. Once you've gone slimy, it's pretty hard to control, guys. Now the rest of the glitter can go in there. And then the rest of the white. I want to save a little bit of the... but it's actually silver, isn't it? And the gold can all go in now. You can cut them with a stick, but again, I'm not too fussed at this point. I want the majority of it in, but if I get a little tiny bit that doesn't, that's okay. Because this is just going to create that first layer for us, hopefully, in these pieces. And I am going to be scraping these pots afterwards anyway. Come on. Right, we're going to start off with Mummy Dragon first. So I'm going to start off and just pour straight down the centre of the spine. Come on. Hopefully gravity's going to do its thing now and start to pull it out. There we go. Beautiful boogers going all the way around. And it's harder to control, guys. A little bit going up the tail. There we go. So we've got a little bit of glitter going all the way around. Now the wings. And there we go. In there. And don't forget, this is all a big experiment at this point. I'm just hoping it's going to work in some way that looks pretty cool. Don't know at this point. I'm a little bit concerned. because I've done this glue technique, which should marble beautifully, but it also gives us this thicker consistency, which, as you can see, it's really hard to control. I'm going to put a bit in each of the legs as well. Whoosh. Wowzers. And if this works, I'll be kind of amazed. Look at it spread and do its thing. I want a little bit more glitter, I think, going into the head, off the mould and into the mould. There we go. So, don't know what this is going to work out like. I've not forgotten the baby either. But I'm going to scrape the cups to do the baby. Wow, I really hope this works, guys, because this is a lot of resin. If it doesn't. And I'm not convinced at this point, because it's all just doing its own little thing because of the slime. So this is that first layer. What do you think? What are we all thinking right now? Are we thinking I've gone a bit crazy? All right, a bit more glitter in there. Here we go. And just a tiny bit more in there. And I think that is the first layer of Mummy Dragon. Now don't forget, I said I want to do Baby Dragon the same way. So all I'm going to do is drizzle what I've got left around Baby Dragon and get a similar but not the same effect. And that way we should have the same colours. So Baby's still going to look a little bit different to Mummy, and that's okay. And happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there as well, if you're in the UK. This is going to be so interesting, guys. And I'm not convinced that this is going to work. But I do need to get a move on now, because that resin's going to be getting warm now. That is just sat there. And the last thing I want is a flash cure. Right, and now the gold. Okay. So that's the first part. I think it looks pretty cool. And this is going to be kind of semi-transparent, which is okay. Goodbye cup for now. Now, flash cure is when your resin gets too hot and goes boom. Well, it doesn't really go boom, but it does heat up. Right, let's get some colours. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh dear, this is a lot of colours. Okay, in we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I just need to spread the rest out pretty evenly. Wow. This is a litre of resin, guys. If this goes wrong, I think I will cry. I'm glad I can count to 6. Right, let's scrape the rest out as well. I'm actually going to use this jug, I think, for the actual dirty pour as well. In you go. Out you come. Beautiful. Right, let's get these colours mixed, shall we? White first. Stick in there and in there. Beautiful. Oh, I've just found some stellar glitter at the side of me. Oof. No, we've picked our glitters, they're in. Now we're going to go ultramarine. Beautiful deep blue. In you go. Move this out the way. Then honeycomb. Now, these colours probably shouldn't even go together, guys, but we're going to do it. And with these, I'm not going to add the glue. Because I don't like the glue. And they've had a bit more time to heat up as well. Here we go. This is the peacock, which I absolutely love. Wow, this is going to be colourful. I just hope it works. I just really do. I might have to add a tiny bit more glitter to this. Butterfly flower is going to be my purple. Sorry, I didn't see chat. I'm just mixing my colours, guys. What was in chat? Yeah, technically you should probably use a deep pour for this. I'm using a regular 1-to-1, which is a little bit naughty. But I think we'll be okay. And then this is that beautiful zinnia. Right, I can see chat now. It better be. Right, ultramarine. Which is going to be blue. I want a bit more glitter in this. It's not looking like there's going to be enough sparkle. So I've got some stellar glitter at the side of me. I'm going to add a sprinkle to this blue. There we go. That's a lot. There we go. So let's mix that stellar in there as well. Oh, hello. That's looking good. Scraping it round. That's my blue. This is going to be my white. Yeah, it's not particularly warm. 20 degrees in my house. Here we go. So this is that white. Beautiful. The question is, do I want to go deeper? No. That's the white. Here's the honeycomb. Which is a beautiful yellow. Look at that. Then the butterfly flower. Here we go. I'm glad Lula's here to answer all your questions. I'm sorry, guys. I've got to concentrate on this as well at the same time. Now, this is more of a transparent, this butterfly flower as well, but we'll see what happens. I could always mix up some darker purple, but no, I'm not going to. I think this is going to be cool. We're okay. Then here we go. This is the peacock. Again, beautiful colour. Peacock, that one. And these are from Create and Bloom, most of these colours. You can get them on Amazon or you can get them on Julie's store. And then this one is Zinnia, which is a beautiful bright pink, which again is quite vibrant. So the question is going to be is what order are we going to do these in the stirrer pool? Here we go. So there's our colour palette. We've got Zinnia. We've got beautiful peacock. We've got butterfly flower. We've got honeycomb. We've got white. And we've got the ultramarine with a bit of glitter. Now this is going to be interesting because I'm going to use this jug, which I've never done. There's a lot of firsts happening in this dragon. To dirty pour it, which we originally mixed in the resin. I was thinking light to dark, which I might do. And obviously I'm going to do some layers. So let's go in with some white. Then I'm thinking blue. I'm thinking of mixing it up. White, blue. Oh, don't move your stick like that. Doesn't matter, it's going to be that colour anyway. Yellow. Purple, pink. I've kind of ignored you guys, sorry. Pink. Then white. Saving a little bit there. Then it was blue. And glitter. Then it was honeycomb. Can you believe we've been live for 2 hours now? What came after the honeycomb? It was the butterfly flower. And don't worry, I am going to scrape this resin afterwards. None of it's going to be wasted. In with the rest of the peacock. And then in with the zinnia. And then the last drop of the, I think let's go with the last drop of the honeycomb. And then the last drop of the white. Is this the biggest dirty pour you've ever seen? Look at that. Oh my. Look at these. Hello. Look at that for colours. Let's have some colours in this dragon. Let's do it. Ready? Here we go. I'm going to start, I think, in the head. And bring it round. So that I know those colours are all mixing. And I'm going to bring it around the tail a little bit. It's taking some concentration, this is, guys. I'll tell you. Then I'm going to go into the feet. Then I'm going to go back into the head a little bit. Just so we get these different colours. Then into the wings. Can't forget your wings. Wowzers. This is so cool. And this jug's actually pretty cool to do this with. Don't know why I haven't used it before. Into these legs. What do you think, guys? Now we're getting more pinks. Here we go. Darker base. I'm liking this. Wow. And we're almost there. It is almost full. I'm just going to go around these feet as well, make sure they're completely full. And there we go. This giant dragon, I would say, is pretty full now. And now we're going to pour the rest into the baby. Then we're going to have to take a break because I do need to get some food inside me. In we go with all of these beautiful colours. Just to fill up the baby at the same time. And I think these are going to look awesome, guys. I'm really happy. So far, they're looking pretty cool. Now that is not a level mould. And I've always found that with this, it's not quite level. Now what I'm going to do first is scrape all of the rest of these colours back in here. Where's my stick? So that I'm not wasting any resin. All right, so in we go with the yellow. And it'll also add a bit more colour to the baby. Nobody cough on the dragon. So there's the yellow. And of course, if I've got any left over, I've got a skull drip mould that I'm going to pour it in as well. So this is going to be a mainly bluey pinky dragon baby. It's going to be interesting to see how that different double dirty pour came out on the other side as well. Now the blue. Out it comes. And let me know, what do you think? I'm going to give you a close-up of this dragon as well. And then we're going to have a bit of a pause. And then I'm going to be coming live again later on. So in about an hour and a half. And then we're going to, in fact, maybe in about an hour, I'm going to put the back on those Petri pieces. Then fully cure them. Here we go. 1 litre of resin poured tonight live. You know? And actually, weirdly guys, these lives get more views than my normal videos. If you like these, you'll love my normal videos. There's about 400 to catch up on. Because these lives are just craziness. Where we're just doing things live to see what happens, you know. Here we go. I just hope it turns out really cool. Because as I say, the plan is, they're going to go in the auction. So somebody's going to own them. Right, let's just fill this now. Want some of these different colours going in. Come on. Come on. Here it comes. Beautiful. So this is baby dragon. Baby dragon do 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 do. I won't do that, guys. There we go. That is now full. I've still got all of that resin left. So as I say, I'm not going to waste a drop of this. Here's a drip skull. And that's just going to go straight in there. And then when we get a thin trail, I'm going to just quickly go over this dragon again to give it another colour boost. It's beautiful. And we didn't get a flash cure, guys, so I'm happy. No flash cure. We did get a fast cure, hopefully. So now all I'm going to do is scrape all of this into that drip mould to make sure I'm not wasting a single drop of resin. And don't forget, this was a litre pour, guys. A whole litre. To get this dragon, the baby dragon. Look at that. Oh, hello. Have you seen that effect happening in baby dragon? Just around there. Well, let's add a touch more white here. In you go. That's like lightning. Wowzers. Look at that. All right, in with some more butterfly flower. And I'm definitely going to be reusing these cups, guys. I've used 6 cups on this, 7 cups if you include the big one. You know? Always reuse your cups, they're not cheap. And all it takes is a little bit of patience to peel out the resin once it's cured. And it's as simple as that. So let me know, have you liked this giant dragon on this Friday Night Live? I'll tell you what, if anybody knows anybody at Amazon, on Prime, or on Netflix that wants to launch this as a TV show, I think we should, you know. Friday Night Live with Andy. I think it'd be pretty cool. On the big screen. What do you think? Baby one is so cool. It is like a lightning streak going through the centre. And this is the beauty of resin. I could do this 20 million times and never get the same effects as what I'm going to get in these two pieces. Every piece is truly unique, and that is what I love, you know. Every piece is going to be unique. If ever you buy any of my pieces, nobody else will have the same piece in the world. You know, these are going to be unmolded tomorrow. But I do need to have a clean around as well. And get some wood carving done. Ooh. Right. I think that's pretty much as I can get out of that jug. So, I'm going to wipe my stick. I'm going to wipe my pots, get all of these out of the way. I haven't got a choice but to make a mess. It's resin, you know. I'm not one of these neat, organised people. Let's move this around. Just into the leg. And here. And the hair. Move this resin around a little touch. Like so. I don't know why, it just felt like the right thing to do. And if you've got that feeling, just do it. Into the tips of the wing. And same here. A little bit coming up into there. Beautiful. Right. You did miss the G3 earlier. Wasn't the cleanest, right? Do you want to look at my ugly mug and we can chat for 5 minutes? In fact, give me 2 seconds. Let me get degloved and we'll come back. We'll have a chat. And then I'll go get something to eat. Hopefully. Although I've not ordered any food yet. I'm just trying to make space for everything. Because I'm going to move this dragon out the way. Because guess what? Later on when we come back, I'm going to be doing another make. Oh yeah. You're going to get fed up of me tonight, people. You know? I try and clean as I go. It just doesn't work, Lula. You know? I really do. I try, but I'm just creative, you know, and messy a little bit. Wiping my stick at the side. Thanking you. I hate mess as well. You wouldn't believe it, looking at the state I get in. But it is kind of fun as well. I also love mess, but I hate it at the same time. So I'm just going to get rid of these gloves, then we'll come back and chat. Give me literally 2 minutes. Woo! And then we'll have an hour's break. Then we'll come back. We'll put the backs onto these. And then it'll be a case of waiting a couple of hours for them to cure. And tonight, we'll do another one where we'll demold these Petri pieces that we actually started with. So that's going to be exciting. And do me a favour, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's the only thing that keeps us growing. And if you can, why not consider joining membership and you'll get more of these projects. The more members we get, the more I can do. And the plan is one day to be able to do this full time, in which case we can do one of these lives every night, as well as the normal videos, as well as everything else. But it's going to take a while for us to get there. Right, just moving this to one side. I am coming on screen, so be warned. Let's see if I can do this without dropping it into... let's give you a bit of a close-up, shall we? Look at this. This is going to be stunning, guys. Can I zoom in? No, it's not letting me zoom. Okay. Look at that lightning effect in the baby. And then we've got Mummy Dragon. Beautiful. Loving that. And then we've got those Petri pieces in there, curing away nicely. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, not so gorgeous. It's me. Let's move you around. Friday night with Andy tonight. It looks like the whole night. Got so much to do. I'm glad you like it. It's a litre of resin. Now, we don't know how cool it is yet because we haven't demolded. And that's part of the thing with resin. You never know what you're going to get until you demold. Just going to torch the top before I forget, because we're not going to want bubbles on it. Oops. There we go. And baby as well. Now baby, I forgot about this. It's an unlevel mould. I will be with you in a second, guys. Sorry. It's a slightly unlevel mould, this baby sleeping dragon mould. So I'm just going to wipe the side and hopefully that'll keep all that resin in there nicely. Stay. Good baby dragon. There we go. I can see chat again now, guys. How are we all doing? Did you like it? Hopefully. Wow, we've still got 61 in. Hello. And don't forget, my Frog Eyes boxes are now live on the website, CCUK Resin. If you want to get one of those, which just organises your frog eyes beautifully. Look at those. So they're really cool. I'm really happy with those. So I'm going to go for an hour, I think, now. But if you're around, come back in an hour. We'll put the backs on those Petris. It'll be a quick... In fact, you want me to do that first and not show you that, because all I'm going to do is put black resin on the backs. And then we'll just go live again in 2.5 hours, and then we can demold. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. But yeah, I think that's probably the most sensible thing to do, is in about half an hour, I'm going to put the backs on these, the Petris. Then I'm going to cure them for another 2 hours, so then they should be fully cured. So if we say, what time are we on now? It's going to be it's going to be about 11 o'clock UK time. So hopefully nobody's got an early night planned. 11 o'clock UK time. And we'll demold those Petris. I'm going to try and tidy up a little bit. I'm going to try and get some food, maybe a glass of cheeky Vinto, shall we call it. So I'm going to come back 11 o'clock UK time, and we're going to demold those Petris, which will be fun. USA time is what? 2.5 hours. It's probably the easiest way, because I know it's different time zones in different parts of the US. So in 2.5 hours, we're going to be back. I'll try not to be, Sheree. I can't make any promises. There may be a full bottle of squash that goes. Whilst I order some food and try and tidy up a little bit. So in 2.5 hours, we are going to be back. In the meantime, I am going to just, in half an hour's time, I'm going to put some thin black backing on those Petri pieces. And then we're going to demold them and see what they look like. So that's going to be fun. Thank you for that, Lula. Appreciate you sharing it. I know we sold one in the live. I don't know if we sold any more. But I will be doing a live demold tomorrow of the dragons as well. Just so you get to see them. Probably about this sort of time, actually, tomorrow, because I've got a lot on. As you can imagine, I've got a lot of projects on as well. And hopefully if it doesn't rain, then touch wood, I might get some wood carving done and finish that Beauty and the Beast piece that I'm making. Let's hope. But it's been great to see you all, and I'll see you all in 2.5 hours where we go live again. Can you believe it? On a Friday night. So I'll see you all in 2.5 hours. Don't forget, share it around. Let's get a few more back when we demold these Petri pieces and see what we've got. See you all later. Bye-bye.